Hi guys, my name's Rebecca Shaxted and I'm here from Cato. I'm the project coordinator who focuses mainly on apprenticeships, and I'm joined by a very close friend and colleague, Amy Dennison, who works for Employer and Skills Network, and she is the lead for Swale. So we're here on Grades Day, so happy Grades Day everyone, and we're just going to have like a really short quick chat about what advice we would maybe give, let you know about our experiences, and then a quick roundup of a final note. So first questions first. Amy, what would your advice be on Grades Day today?
My advice would be don't sweat it. Don't let it define you. So whatever grade you get today, whether it's good or bad, no one's going to take away from the work that you've put into that. But don't let that define who you're going to be going forward. You keep pushing forward that drive and that passion that you want to succeed.
Okay.
Yeah. What would your advice be? Would you? Becca's
Yeah.
like, no, make it your God.
No, I think actually it's really, really important is the don't let it define you, but also take it in your stride. I think is the most important thing for me is whether you got the greatest grades in the world that you didn't expect, fabulous. Whether they weren't as great as you expected, still take them in your stride. Take them and let them be your next step forward. What have you learned from that experience to be able to take it forward? And making sure that, okay, they weren't that great, but let's make sure that the next thing I do is that little bit better, and take what you've learned from that. And I think really what Amy and I want to share the most is kind of our experience of when we got our grades. Of course, it wasn't kind of the wild ride that 2020 is, but I still don't think it takes away from people still maybe not getting grades that they expected, or maybe getting better grades than they expected, and kind of how that worked. So Amy, if you wouldn't mind, what's your experience?
Well, I can't say that my grades were particularly bad, but what I can say is that I definitely didn't do what I set out to do when I was 16. I definitely didn't follow that path of, what I wanted to do then. And I went and tried lots of different things and did lots of different random jobs to find out what I wanted and what I was truly passionate about. I think the same was true for a lot of my friends. I mean, I know that one of my best friends got the worst results you could possibly get on GCSE day, like literally crying in the corner, what am I going to do in my life? And, he went to catering college and was going to become the next Gordon Ramsay, and that didn't happen either. And he ended up going to university to study nursing, and he is now not only the most amazing nurse, but he teaches nursing and he teaches doctors about different medical procedures, and he did wonderful things. And it was just because he went and tried new things, and he always had that determination that he knew that he was going to do something good. And I think no matter what that thing is that you think that you're going to go and do, you just have that determination and drive about it. And it doesn't matter if it's academic or if it's not academic, as long as you've got that passion for it, you go and do it, and you can do wonderful things and make wonderful things happen if you've got enough, if you believe in yourself and your ability enough. And I know that sounds really corny and cheesy, and it sounds a bit Disney, but it's really so true. If you want something to happen enough, and you have got the ability to, you back it up with that passion, that drive, in some scope it will happen.
Yeah, in ways you didn't expect. I mean, I'm a little bit of a different end of the scale to Amy. I was always told, get your grades, keep on progressing, go to your further education, go to university, and you'll be where you want to be. I wanted to be a teacher, and I was very, very lucky. I got very good grades throughout kind of my GCSE, A-level, university experience. And it came down to me being like, I've done it. I've done what people told me to do. I went and got the grades I needed, and now I'm going to be a teacher. Oh, I don't like teaching. And I think that's another big point really to make. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've learned is it's okay to have a change of career path. Like as Amy said, Amy kind of always knew. I'll always describe Amy as kind of really like a brave personality. She'll kind of go in a room and she'll go, this is me, and lay it on a table. And as Amy said,
I don't lay on tables, just to put that out there. Like, once.
she she has tried all those different careers, she's tried different opportunities, whereas with myself it was very much I will work to be where I need to be, and then once I'm there and I'm done. Whereas that isn't obviously the case because I'm not a teacher anymore, and I work for a very lovely company, and actually I love my job, but it's not teaching, and I think that's okay too. I got the greatest grades, and you guys might be coming out today saying, oh well, I've got amazing grades, this is what I'm going to do. Please, 2-3 years down the line when you go, actually I don't want to do it, don't freak out, because there are so many other areas out there for you. And everyone's experience is different, and I think what Amy and I have agreed on previously and many times, it's not necessarily what's on paper that counts as much. I always say to Amy, whenever we do interview techniques, the questions that both of us always go, right, if you were going to ask an interview question, what would it be? The question is always, what has been your biggest challenge? What has been your biggest success? I can tell you now that your biggest success isn't going to be getting your A's or your B's. It's going to be how you got to getting those grades, or how you got to getting over not getting the grades you're expected, and the personality growth that you have within that.
Yeah, your life experiences are so important. What you've been through this year is so important to the person that you're eventually going to become, the person that you are now. Please don't take away from that. That grade does not define that. No matter what it is, it doesn't define that. What would you say, Becca? Would you say you wish you'd have known when you picked up your GCSE results, or when you picked up any results?
That by the time I was 20, 21, I would never be asked ever again, what was your GCSE?
Yeah.
Ever.
I think if it was now and I was picking up my results now as a teenager, I think what I wish someone had said to me was that there's so much support out there for you. Oh. There is so much support available to you. There is so many avenues, especially now, of organisations that will explore your options going forward, different courses you can do, different routes into employment, different routes into training. And I wish I'd have known how many different organisations there were out there that could help me with that. And I think one of the things that we can do for you today is that, if you're not sure and you don't know what you want to do next, or if you know somebody that's not sure and they don't know what they want to do next, and that you can research it, but if you can't, then obviously get in touch with us and we can maybe hopefully point you in the right direction. Because there is so much out there for you, and I don't want anyone to be sitting there today feeling negative about anything. It's not the end of anything. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, and I think that's so important, and I think that links back to the kind of the moving forward from it, is whether you got those A's or whether you got those D's, it's where are you going to let that be tomorrow? Are you going to wake up, are you going to be really, really happy because you got your grades, or really, really sad because you got your grades, or are you going to go, well, actually, let's make an action plan, let's move forward from that? And yeah, it's a massive point, Amy, of just drop a comment, just comment down below, or tweet us, email us, whatever you want to do, it's all there. We can guide you pretty much anywhere you need the information if it's not from us. So I think we're going to leave it on one final note, and it's basically, Amy, if there was any advice you could give in the world, not necessarily about picking up your grades after coronavirus and not being in school, but maybe being that 16 to 18 really awkward age, what advice would you give to someone?
My advice to anyone, no matter what your age is go out and be the best version of you. Yeah. Nobody can define you but you. Yeah. You go out and be the best version of you, and you let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to back that up in a way. To be honest, we kind of have the same kind of opinions here, but mine's it's okay. At the end of the day, no matter how bad everything seems, in 2-3 weeks, it will be okay. And by that point, you will have kind of got your action plan, or had your time with a head in a bucket of ice cream, or whatever you need to get to the point of it's okay. So just remember that. Be you, it's okay. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you,
Amy. And I'm sure you'll see us again soon. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.